Hello YouTube. This is a collection overview for my Bokers. It is late July 2017. I'll probably just show the knife to the camera and list the steel and maybe just an average cost. So let's get started. First one is a Boker Magnum. It's called the Nuclear Blast. This is pretty cheap, spring assisted, but you can tell the spring's already kind of wearing a little bit. Just a cheapie. Next one is called, it's a Boker Magnum Security Forces. Again, these Magnum knives, these are the cheaper ones. This one is 440 steel and about 25 bucks. The previous one was 448 steel and also about 25. Okay, next up we have the folding Bowie. Tip down pocket clip. It's 440 steel, 25 bucks. Average price, not the best flipper. Probably just needs a little oil or something. Don't really carry these much. Next one up is the Kilo Romeo, again 440 steel, and again the price about 25 bucks. This has got some kind of Zytel or something handle and a stainless steel bolster. Pretty good blade centering on this and pretty good lockup actually. This next knife is the B&B 440A steel and about 30 bucks. Really like this knife. It's a good size. I think that's G10 handle. Pretty good lockup, but no pocket clip. Next up is the B&B. No, the Pioneer, excuse me. This one I don't have any real information on. I believe the steel is 440. Again, tip down only. Don't know why they do that. Next one up is the Bulldog. This knife is crazy. This is a $20 knife. It's got 440 steel and it's kind of a front flipper, but not really a flipper. Tip up, carry. Look at that lockup. That lockup's crazy. But again, it's a $20 knife. Next one is the Armed Forces. This is a tactical knife, tactical flipper. It's a 440C, 35 bucks. Tano with a partial serration. Pretty good lockup. Tip down. Or excuse me, tip up. Look at that blade to handle ratio though, Jesus. Okay, now some better quality knives. The Boker Patriot. Really like this knife. That is also known as, I think they call it the USA. It's 154 cm steel with GFN handles. Kind of similar to the Spyderco Delica. I would recommend this knife. They're about 75 bucks. Again, about the same price as the Delica. Lock back. Next up, one of my favorite Bokers is the Caracol. This is a D2 tool steel, G10 handles. This is about an $85 knife. Got a glass breaker on it, which is doubles as your lanyard hole there and backspacer. Good lockup, great blade centering. I carry this one quite a bit actually. Next up, the Kalashnikov 74 with red handles. This is Oz 8 steel, red aluminum handles. It's about 40 bucks. Auto. Tip up, Gary. Next knife is the Excalibur 1. This is a front flipper with CPM S35 VN steel and carbon fiber and titanium pocket clip. Front flipper, love it. It's about a $135 knife. Real light. This is great for in the summer. You know, or when you're wearing gym shorts or something like that. I take this to the office quite a bit. Nice clip on it too. Good lockup. Well-designed knife. The Excalibur 2. This one is Damascus with Cocobolo, and this one's about $125. Again, the titanium pocket clip. That's pretty nice looking Damascus. I don't know if that'll focus. Liner lock. Pretty good blade centering. Kind of a gentleman's folder. Next up is the Impetus. This is kind of a cleaver flipper. Liner lock. What's the steel on this? 440C steel, G10 handle scales. I believe that's titanium bolster. I could be wrong about that. That's a $120 knife. Don't carry this much. It's kind of pinchy and kind of really heavy. Next up, I think this is the Range Buster. Yeah, Range Buster. This is part of their Plus line. Those last few were Plus knives. Everything since the Armed Forces has been a Boker Plus. This is a $25 knife, carbon steel with polypropylene scales. Probably stainless steel liners. I really like this knife, actually. This is a great little kit knife. No clip, but it's got a lanyard hole. Really like it. It's a good weight, it's a good size, and it locks. That's always nice. Boker Tree brand. This is a gentleman's lockback. It's again carbon steel, bone handles. Don't know what the bolsters are, probably stainless or something. It is, cost on this is $30, but again, another little gentleman's folder, back pocket knife, or you know, watch pocket knife. Next up is the Phaser. This is a 440C steel, carbon fiber handle, stainless steel bolster. This is a $50 knife. I think this is Tim Britton designed. His name's on it, so I'm assuming he designed it. It's kind of crazy looking. Tim Britton, I believe, is the guy that accused Kaiser of stealing one of his knife designs. I compared them. They're very close. I'm not gonna lie. I like Kaiser, but I would not put it past the Chinese to steal somebody's design. Moving on. Kaiser Minos. This is a good. This is again the Tree brand. I think the Tree brands are the ones made in Germany. Love that pattern on this. Had some trouble with a bunch of lock stick on this, but I took it apart and cleaned it real well, and then just worked it, you know, on a Tuesday night sitting here watching TV. Got it broken in pretty nice now. Tip down only. Pocket clip. It's a chunky monkey, and it's also expensive. This is about $260. But you know, for that steel and titanium, why not? Next one, another chunky monkey, the Vox F32. That's a CPM S35 VN steel, $135 knife. This is a great little knife. Pretty good blade centering. Really thick blade steel, but still kind of thin behind the edge, convex. Next up is the nope, let me turn that down. Next up is the Haddock. This is a bowler. Warncliffe blade, Bowler N690 BO, G10 handle scale and titanium. This is Enzo designed, I believe. I carry this knife quite a bit. I really like it. It's really light, and I like that blade shape. It's a good slice and blade shape. Hollow ground. Really like this knife. Next up is the Boker Quaken titanium VG10 steel. About $140 knife. The Vox 3 is about $145. I don't carry this much. I think that's probably why it's not flipping too good. I haven't oiled it. These are nice. I could live without this knife, actually. I don't really ever carry it. There's nothing wrong with it per se, just not my favorite blade shape. So I may actually sell this one. Next up is the Stingray VG10 titanium again, textured titanium. This is a $140 knife. I like it. It's a little over legal carry here in Missouri. I'm in St. Louis, so I don't really ever carry this just because it's an 1/8 inch too long. But it's for a tactical knife. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not gonna get rid of it. What's up next? Squally. Marlowe Squally. Let's say this is a VG10 and titanium with micarta. This is a $100 knife. I like this knife a lot. I actually bought this one because of the other Marlowe that we'll get to next that I absolutely love. This one's tip down only, which sucks. You know, got this nice belly on the blade. This is an interesting knife. I carry this occasionally. Next up, one of my favorite Bokers, the Bullpup. Again, Marlowe, VG10, titanium, and micarta. This is just almost a perfect knife. It could be a little lighter. That's my one complaint. Well, and also maybe have an ambidextrous thumb screw. I like that. I like being able to use my left hand because sometimes I do. This knife is $105, worth every penny. If you see one of these on sale, grab it. Very good knife. Next is the Gordita. This is the 440C, just a little, I guess, gentleman's folder. 440C Cocobolo and probably stainless steel. Button activated for lock, not the. It's a manual knife. This is $85 approximately. Okay, next, my Urban Trapper. This is the S35VN with a G10. This was a Mass Drop exclusive. I got this for $85. I like it. These are great little gentleman folders. Don't really carry them much. Occasional office carry. You know, if I think I'm just going to need to be opening mail, pretty much. I would use a different knife to open a cardboard box than this. I mean, you could definitely do it, but this is just a real light duty knife. I actually have two of these. I have the VG10 and Cocobolo version. This is the standard version. This is like a $70 knife. But nice. It's, again, another little gentleman's folder. Next one is the Brad Zinker Flipper. VG10 and Cocobolo again. Gentleman's flipper. A little more money, I think, because of the designer. It's $100. A little more useful blade thickness, anyways, not necessarily length. Frame lock. Like it, hardly ever carry it. Next up is the Pili. This is a 440 and G10. This is a Magnum knife again. Those previous ones were all back to here were pluses. This is a good little knife. Lockback, lanyard hole, no clip. I wish it had a clip, but real grippy handles, and I like the blade shape. Next up is an unknown. I don't know what they call this one. It's a Magnum. It's 440 steel. It's just a kind of a buck knockoff, I guess. A little more ergonomic. Next up is the Fatty slip joint knife. This is the only Boker slip joint I believe I have. And just a little kit knife, I guess. This is a 440A stainless steel. It's a $20 knife. So there's that. Next up is the Nano. It's a 440C steel Zytel, about a $50 knife. Put the lanyard just to extend the grip a little bit. That really does help it. I carry this occasionally. It's a great little box opener. You know, I would very rarely carry this by itself. Maybe with if I had a fixed blade on my belt or something. If I was out in the woods, or if I'm in the office. You know, again, maybe I have a little 3-inch, you know, Bradford knife that I carry on my belt sometimes at work. So that may go in conjunction with it. Next up is the is the Subcom F. These are Oz 8 and G10. This one's $30. A bad little knife, kind of fits in with the Nano category. I don't really carry this one much. You can get a real good purchase on it. It'd be a great little, you know, it's a box opener, basically, or maybe a money clip knife. I've seen people use these as money clips. It would definitely need to be worn in a little bit. The next one is the Subcom F Tactical, and I guess that's just because of the serrations. That is Oz 8 also, G10, S35, that's $35. Next up, the Tech Tool City 7. The Cities are the ones with the black G10. This one's got bottle opener, wire stripper, flathead. It's got the saw and a second flathead. It's got the lanyard ring, scissors, saw, pliers, and a pretty decent blade. I think that's Sandvik 112C27 or something. I don't know the exact designation. Corkscrew. Best part, pocket clip, which is actually reversible, and a glass breaker. These are great little Swiss Army alternatives. This cost $50, which is comparable to Swiss Army. The next one is a Tech Tool number 5 in carbon fiber. This is the same tools as this one, only no saw. And different scales. Oh, and instead of it's got a Phillips head instead of the corkscrew. This is, out of all three of them, this one's probably the one I carry the most. Next one up is the Tech Tool Outdoor number 3. $45. The carbon steel one was $55. What's this one missing? This one doesn't have the saw or the pliers. And back to the corkscrew, but still got the glass breaker, still got the pocket clip. It's very cool. Green G10 on these too. That's what makes it an outdoor. The black ones are the City, and then the carbon fiber are just carbon fiber. Okay, let's go to fixed blades. First one, the Gnome, is 440C steel, and my Micarta handles. Just a cool little novelty knife. I don't carry it much. It doesn't really go fit into the sheath very well. I mean, there's almost no retention to it. Probably should have dropped it on the expensive ones, huh? But, you know, again, a little box opener. Next up would be, let's do the Koi Ridgeback. This is a decent little knife. I could stand a little bigger handle. It's a three and a half finger, and there's no lanyard hole, so you can't really extend. The sheath isn't too bad. It's a Kydex sheath. I do EDC some fixed blades, so this is one I carry. Oh, what's this one? This one is the Bandit, I believe. 440C and carbon fiber. This is a $55 knife. That koi was a $60 knife. This is another little EDC knife. It's got really good jimping on it, and actually, it's 4-finger. So you can cheat up on the knife pretty far. This is a little bit more useful, I would say, than the koi for EDC tests, anyhow. Next up is the Outdoorsman. This is a Sandvik steel and a polymer handle. It's a $45 knife. This is a pretty practical little fixed blade for EDC also. More of an Outdoorsman kind of profile, and it's got it's got the tang protrudes through. You could drive some stakes in, or good little camping knife. This one actually needs sharpened up a little bit, but and the sheath is a nylon. Just your simple little knife, but for the money, not bad at all. Next up is the Big Game 440A steel and ABS handle. This is a $25 knife. For the money, why not? This is a little different, more of a bushcraft kind of blade profile with that hollow grind. Oh, this one needs oiled up. The Outdoorsman is the Sandvik steel. Oh, I told you that. 45, or no, this one's $45. Or no, excuse me. Big Game 25, 440A. Yeah, so it's got some jimping. I guess this is meant to be a skinner. I don't know, a skinner gutter. I don't hunt. I have nothing against hunting. Next one up is the Hunter Bowler N695 steel staghorn. This is like a $100 knife. I like this. I've never carried it. I have a ton of fixed blades, and I don't get out in the woods as much as I'd like. This one's actually made, it's a tree brand, but it says it's made in Argentina, so don't really understand that, but it is what it is. Next to last, the Wilderness. This is 440C steel. This is a $100 knife with a hollow handle here. It's all integrated one piece. Not a bad knife. I would take this outdoors and try it out. This is nice jimping. What's that say on it? That's Robert somebody design. But yeah, no, very, very nice profile, and the sheath's alright. I just have other fixed blades I like more. And finally, the Hunter Killer. This is 440C and micarta. This is about a $95 knife. Really thin blade stock, I would say 1/8 of an inch. That one's good and oiled. Really thin handles too. I like this one. I guess it's tactical. Kind of a survival knife, I guess. But pretty cool. No complaints with it. I haven't really carried it much, but I would carry it. I would give it a shot. Leather sheath. Maybe not the best sheath. That would ride up pretty high, but that might be what you want. So, anyways, that's it for this one. That's my Boker knife collection. I'm thinking the Kaisers will be next, so if you like this, like it, subscribe, whatever, and look for the Kaiser. Thank you.